Good afternoon, this is Todd Colvin coming to you from the floor of the CME Group. We are looking at metals, and gold prices continue to trend lower this week, breaching the 1270 level, likely on their way down to 1260, where we should see first support. Below that, we're looking at 1240 on more of a macro level. That'll get us back to those December lows, those front contract December lows. But I think ultimately right now, the market's going to kind of continue to drift lower. I don't know if we'll get there all in one swoop, but the trend lower continues. And why? Well, if you look no further than the dollar continues to strengthen. 8 out of the last 10 Fridays closed week over week higher, continued this week, making another yet new year-to-date high in the dollar index. And that should continue. Obviously, there's trade talks, negotiations going on with China that are kind of uncertain, that are throwing a wrench into the dollar trend, although it didn't this week. And but when you look over what's happening in Europe and you look at what's happening in Japan, their central bank's still struggling to get stop the easing, or the quantitative easing that the Fed stopped years ago. And likewise, the dollar will continue to be strong as long as the data here continues to support it, which we are seeing. So seeing stronger data, we're seeing, I think that the dollar trend will continue. You're seeing a lot of bad positions that have been squeezed out of the market. That's I think over and done with. But I think right now we're starting to see emerging new longs come in. So right now the dollar very strong, continues to trend higher. Gold continues to trend lower, nearing support, but not quite there yet. Now let's look at positioning. Where are those speculators, those spec longs, who typically will come in when we hit key points, that will be the buyers that will support the market, and they'll be the ones who kind of guide us? Well, we took, they were buying ahead of FOMC, and we learned today that they sold out a majority of those longs as of last Tuesday. So they bought it ahead of FOMC. We saw the move from, I guess it was mid-May up through mid-June, and they now have sold out of those longs, getting us near the lowest long position that they've held all year. So it's not quite there, but it's almost. So right now, speculators not helping gold prices maintain any support. So right now, as we continue, look for key support around 1260, below that 1240. It's unlikely that we'll get there early next week, but we do have some data sets coming in early July, which will be key for gold. One of them, obviously, being the FOMC minutes from the June meeting. Likewise, second will be Fed Chairman Powell's testimony to Congress, which has not yet been scheduled, but is typically in the first 2 weeks of July. So right now, gold prices trending lower, a strong dollar, and likewise, no help from speculators supporting this market. This is Todd Colvin coming to you from the floor of the CME Group.